Hi children, how are you all? Hope you're all doing good. Right. So, in this session, we are going to discuss about the previous topics what we had seen in last sessions, right? So, what did we saw about? We saw about the chapter 3, that is adaptation in plants and animals, right? So, in this chapter, we discuss about what is habitat, what is adaptation, how the animals and plants will adapt to the particular surroundings, in what way their physical appearance help them to adapt in the surroundings. Likewise, we saw or we discussed in this chapter, right? So, what is habitat? It is a place in which an animal or a plant will live. So, the animal and plant have to adjust to the particular surrounding. So, the type of adjustment is called adaptation, right? So, the habitat is divided as land and water, and the land is further divided into deserts, forests, polar regions, hills and mountains, and grasslands. So, and we saw about some of the animals, how the animals will get adapted in deserts, how the camel will get adapt, how the camel will save the food, it saves the food and the ham, and how it will adapt to the wind blow, heavy wind blow, like that we discussed about that. And how the plants and how the animals and forests will get adapt. It exhibits a technique, it exhibits a mechanism called chameleon, sorry, exhibits a mechanism called camouflage, by which a chameleon can changes its color to its surroundings. Then how the animals and grasslands will adapt, it will graze in herd manner, and the grasshopper will be as in the same size and color of the leaf, so it will hide from its enemies. In this way, grasshopper will adapt in grassland. Likewise, how the polar bear will adapt in polar region, it has a thick skin. Under the thick skin, it has a layer of fat which keeps the polar bear warm, and some of the animals will hibernate for a long period of time. And how the animals in water will get, they have fins, streamlined body, so that they can move easily in a water. Likewise, the amphibian, they uses lungs to breathe in land, and then skinny and moisture skin to breathe in water. Likewise, plants living on land is known as terrestrial plants, and the plants in the desert have thick fleshy stem in order to prevent the loss of water. And then plants in the forest will have long leaf in order to search for sunlight, as the forest is dense, right? And plants in hills and mountains have cone shaped trees. Okay, these trees are known as coniferous trees. Okay, the trees that lives on plants, hills and mountains are known as coniferous trees. Some of the coniferous trees are pine tree, fir tree, etc. Right, these trees are cone in shape in order to slide away the snow falling on them. They have needle shaped leaves in order to prevent the loss of water. They have wax coating over the leaf in order to get rid of the snow. The snowfall should not affect the leaf. In this way, the trees in the hills and mountains will adapt to that particular situation, right? And similarly, the plants and grasslands, the grassland has dry conditions, so the buffalo grass, which have a surrounding, which have adaptation that it can grow in a dry condition, it does not need more rainfall to grow. So such type of grasses will found in the grassland. They have long narrow leaves in order to prevent the loss of water. Their roots go deep into the soil in search of water. Like this way, the grasslands, the buffalo grass in the grasslands will adapt, right? Similarly, plains, the plants and plains have thick trunk and broad leaves. Okay, some of the plants or trees are people tree, banyan tree, mango tree, etc. They have thick trunk. They will drop their leaves during dry season to preserve water. right? They have large deep roots that will absorb the water from the ground, right? Similarly, in polar region, since the climatic conditions of polar region are too cold, the plants grow here will be too short, right? They have too short root also. The root goes deep into the mud. They are too short and their leaves are cup shaped in order to hold the in order to trap the maximum heat of sun to keep the plant warm. In such a way the plant will adapt, right? So similarly, the plants in water, they are known as aquatic plant. They are categorized as floating plant, underwater plant and fixed plant. Floating plants, they will float on the surface of the water, have a spongy stem, empty space filled with air. So example is duckweed and water hyacinth. And the underwater plant, they will found deep into the water, deep inside the ocean. Their roots will stuck into the, that is fixed into the muddy soil. The examples might be tape grass and hydrilla. And the final one is fixed plant. Their roots will fixed into the soil under the water, and the plant, that is this leaf, will float over the surface of the water. So in this way the plant will appear, and the example are lotus and water lily, right? So these are the topics we discussed about in chapter 3, right? Very good. So for the questions in workbook, I have attached the answers in Google Stream. Just note down that and make a note of it in your workbook. And I have assigned an IT activity for you. Just teach your parents about the animals adaptation in desert, how the animals living in desert will adapt to its particular conditions, right? And record their response and upload your work in Google Classroom app. I provided a link for that video to upload. So teach your parents about the adaptation of animals in desert, record their response and upload it in Google Classroom app. This is your work today. So do and upload your work. Fine. So we can see new topic in next session. Till then, stay connected, stay safe. Bye.